And then the last is to not identify. It's the shift of identity. I mean, who are you really? And my friend Ram Dass was teaching after he came back from being in India, in his early years, calling himself Baba Ram Dass, and he had beads and a beard and, was teaching Hindu mantras and kind of like a guru. And one woman sitting in the front raised her hand at one point and said, "Hey, Ram Dass, you're teaching this Hindu stuff. Aren't you Jewish? Come on, And he said, "Yes, as I am." Now, he was bar mitzvahed. He went through all this as I did. And then he said, I love the Jewish tradition. The Hasidic masters are a lot like the great Zen masters, if you read all those stories. And the Kabbalah is all this mystical teaching that's very much like the mystical teachings of India. And he said, it's beautiful stuff. And he paused, but remember, I'm only Jewish on my parents' side. Which was a very witty, as he was, comment, but also something quite true, that who you are is not limited by your parents or your conditioning, or for that matter, by your race or by your culture. Those are all a part of you in some way, and they need to be respected or honored, but that's not who you really are. And you can take that as your identity, but you're also free to release it. And it's not just your pain then when you feel the pain that you have. It's the pain of human incarnation. It goes from being my pain to the pain of the world. And you carry part of that. In meditation, there's something called the tears of the way, the tears of the Dharma, not because you feel impoverished or someone mistreated you or insulted you, but because your heart starts to open and you realize we all carry a certain measure of pain and a certain measure of beauty. And this is human life. And so in you recognize and accept, and you look deeply, and you realize you don't have to take it so personally. And it starts to liberate you in this profound way. It's like Ajahn Chah, we were out on an alms round one morning, walking with our bowls to a village to get morning food. And he saw there was a big boulder in the field nearby, like Spirit Rock. And he said to us, "Is that boulder heavy?" And we said, "Yes, Master." And he smiled and he said, "Not if you don't pick it up." And he was really pointing to how we take things so personally and then identify with them and believe that that's who we are.